Then what happened was the woman who had been seething and had watched this whole conversation go down approached the woman who had initiated the conversation, and she said, "Thank you for having that conversation with her. I wanted to say something too, and that's not at all how I would have gone about it." And then she went on to say, "Thank you for all of us women who use this locker room, for doing that for us." Now, the woman who initiated the conversation then said, "I didn't do it for us. I did it for her." So she had the difficult conversation, which in fact wasn't difficult at all, in service to the person who needed the information. And it didn't go down as a difficult conversation. It went down as an exchange of information in service of a greater good.
It was very interesting. She was an excellent speaker, yes. I would definitely come back.
She was very funny and kind of kept you engaged, so I like that.
I loved her genuine enthusiasm and experience.
She had some really great tools to share with the group and really real-life examples and used humor appropriately, and I'm hoping to be able to kind of connect and network with her.
Janel Anderson was a great fit for our women's network because she has the academic credentials. She also has real-world corporate experience, and she's very down to earth.
You'll notice I've used the word "and" to string those facts together. And that's very important, because if the same conversation went like this: I've worked here for 6 years, and in those 6 years I've held 3 different roles with increasing responsibility. However, and I applied for the promotion that you well know about. However, whatever comes after however is not in alignment or in agreement with the fact set that I've just built up. I've just had the person agreeing with me, and then if I throw however or but into the conversation, it serves as a stop sign. It says to the person, stop disagreeing with what you've just been agreeing with because it's about to change. There's a moment where in your mind, the information is being sent up to your higher order thinking and sent to your amygdala at the same time. There's a moment there where you have a choice. And sometimes that choice involves taking a few deep breaths, recognizing, oh, I know, I get sweaty palms. I've got sweaty palms now. What does that mean? Oh, that means I'm afraid of the situation. Or that means that I know I get a little hot-headed and I'm probably going to spout off to my boss or spout off to my colleague about this thing. If you can recognize those physical symptoms, you can do a much faster job moving that information through your brain up to your higher order thinking to say, hey, guess what? We're going to handle this one differently this time because what we usually do doesn't turn out so good for us. So in that moment, you have a choice.
Honestly, I think that she'd be a really great fit from a customer service standpoint. That's in my job, that's what I support, is a line of business that has a lot of customer service, that her tools for difficult communications could be really helpful when working with difficult customers or challenging situations on the phone.
Their networking examples were really fabulous. It was fun.
Excellent speaker, full of energy, very easy to follow, and gives very good tips, personal and work front.
Okay, we'll try again.
Hi.
Hi, my name's Janelle.
Oh, hi, Janelle. I'm Lila. Is
Hi,
my
Lila.
butt look too big? I wasn't.
No, I think that suit's actually very flattering
really?
on you. Yeah.
Because I have this thing. It's like I mean, it's like a gastrointestinal thing. And, yeah.
Well,
so I mean, it's
I'm
just
so sorry to hear
no. I mean,
that.
it's almost under control. I mean, I do a lot of. Just it's like therapies for my intestines.
Have you worked for Wells Fargo long? How long have you been with the company?
Well, I'm on a medical leave actually, and so because of and there's other. My nostril was injured when I was in high school and everything, and so
I'm gonna go get another drink.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. All right. So what happened there? Too much information. I don't want to talk to her.
Whether you're interacting with your children or interacting with your spouse or interacting with your office workers, communication is number one.
Janel has great energy. She's very funny, very down to earth, great stories. and things that you can definitely relate to.
It's difficult in a room this size to kind of manage and sort of own the room and own the space, and I think that she did a good job of that.
She's a great speaker, very engaging, very down to earth.
That's, again, the nature of what happens in the brain, because we're filtering the facts, or we're filtering what happens through all of our life experience. We're experiencing the same situation through a particular cultural lens, through all sorts of different lenses. It's our whole worldview that's going to impact how we perceive a particular event. So it kind of looks like this. We start with the facts, same set of facts. The event started at the same time, no matter who tells the story. The same number of people were there, but the facts remain the same. But it's the stories that we create about the facts that are the stories that are filtered through our own personal experiences. So same set of facts, different stories emerge. Now, what's really interesting is that from those different stories that we create, feelings get generated. So facts, and then we make up stories about those facts, or we tell ourselves stories about those facts, and those facts generate feelings, and from those feelings is where we take action.
I think a lot of young people, it'd be really beneficial just because we live in such a digital world that having conversations, we're so used to doing it over email or text. And so building up communication skills could be really beneficial, especially going into the workplace.
Everybody needs to listen to her and her communication skills. Communication is important for life, and everybody needs to know how to communicate.
At home and at work.
Relationships, professionally, personally.
If you take on a stance of curiosity and try to create great listening in that conversation, you might just find that once they get to say what they needed to say, they calm down. But when we get curtailed, when we have something to say and we're upset about it, and someone keeps shutting us down, well, I'm sorry, ma'am, our policy is. All it does is fuel the fire, because we don't feel heard and we get more angry. And again, like that corkscrew, with every turn and every revolution around, it gets bigger and louder.